first, or like where did you start?
No.
I know it wasn't Gradient because that pink like just splashed onto the scene like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I brought a 2-decade, sales leadership experience into the channel. And, through my network, I got introduced to the channel and an opportunity to enter the channel with IT Glue. And so, when I first started, I didn't know what the channel was. I didn't know what an MSP. Do we know what an MSP is today? Yes. Of course.
All the acronyms, it's overwhelming.
But that came to me all through discovery, right?
Yeah.
So you know how it is in the channel. People really share and in ways that I've never experienced in any other industry, right?
Yes.
Competitors coming together to knowledge share. And so, yeah, for me it was, the last 7 years has been all about discovery and discovering what an MSP is. And I feel like I've got my master's degree and working on my PhD in MSP now.
Your PhD, that was a lot of acronyms there.
How about you?
I actually worked at an MSP. So our co-founders at Liongard ran an MSP that I worked at. They found me because I leased our CEO an apartment like 15 years ago.
Okay,
and he asked me to go work as MSP. And so I did that and took a little hiatus to direct musicals for 2 years and then came back on the vendor side, and which is where I am now. And like what I've loved too about the community is that yes, there's like so much support. I didn't anyone in the beginning. And there were so many great people that just took me under their wing and were like, here, do this, here, do that. These are some key people to know. And to your point, right? Like, it's not like dog eat dog, like we're all competitors. What I love about Liongard too, and y'all have this, like we're so vendor agnostic, right? Like we have integrations with everyone. So if MSPs are to change something, we're still gonna be able to support them on the road, wherever the road is.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think, one of the things that we're most excited about in launching this partnership and this integration.
Wait, what? What partnership?
Yeah. You and I have talked a lot about like the communities coming together, right? Like you guys have your pride of lions, and we have our flamboyance, our flock of flamingos, and to have those two communities be brought together, working better together, I think is what excites us most about this.
Absolutely. And we're solving for problems that are big for an MSP, right? And problems that like just maybe someone hadn't figured out how to solve yet, right? Those little blind spots, and being able to come in and really know that you're making a difference is huge.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, what is the problem?
Do lions eat flamingos though?
I was going to ask about that. We might have created a problem for
I know. Should we Google that after this?
What's the problem that Liongard solves?
Well, a lot of problems. So we're going to make onboarding much faster. Like my favorite story to tell, because I saw it time after time after time, is that you onboard a new client and you're like, this is the time. We will keep all configuration data up to date. It's all going to be fresh. And like it never happens because engineers don't want to be technical writers, right? They just want to do their job. We want to learn how to fix it and get it done so they can move on to the next thing and support their clients. So with us, now we've automated that. We've made onboarding way easier. We can actually even help with the sales process. And now that just continues to stay fresh, right? So you don't ever have to do that again because it's just going to be pulling it in. How about you? What is Gradient doing?
What does Gradient do?
Besides flocking.
Yeah, I think everybody's got that question, right? For us, it starts with, we've built a flamboyance, a flock of channel experts, right? Both on the MSP side and on the vendor side, and we've brought in experts from outside of the industry as well. And for us, it's really about getting the channel working better together. Mm-hmm. It's about creating opportunities for both vendors as well as managed service providers to work better together, and in the end, having fun along the journey, but making a lot more money.
It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. What's Liongard's approach to community?
I want to be the booth that everyone knows you just got to stop by and see what we're up to, right? Yes. Yeah, like that's just always my goal. I want them to know that, like, if you're kind of wandering around, you don't know what to do, you can always come hang out with us, partner or prospect, right? It doesn't matter where you are in your stage or your journey with Liongard. I just want them to know that like there's a comfortable place, right? Because we have great core values at Liongard, and we just want people to like just feel that love, feel that vibe.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, we definitely feel it, right? Like at all the shows, I walk by your booth.
And I throw a beach ball at you.
Yeah, exactly. Or put a really cool hat on my head or something, right? But like, people flock to you, right? And you know, there's all these creative gimmicks that people come up with at booths, but in the end, it's really the people, right? Like you draw people in.
Right.
And so, you know, our approach to community is about experience first. Like we talk about, no matter what, let's bring awesome experience to the whole channel, to the entire event, everybody that's going to be there. So for us, it starts with like when we're signing up to an event, making that experience, you know, for the people that are hosting the event as great as it can be, right? Nailing all of the deliverables and all those things, right?
Gosh. So you actually make your deadlines?
No, we're working on it. Yeah, but then we also have that awesome experience in the forefront of our mind always, right? And so it's about, you know...
And that's why you bring in massages?
It is, yeah. I can't take credit for that idea. That's our director of Flamboyance, Mary Signorelli. She's, you know, got just an amazing creativity that she brings to bringing that awesome experience to the industry. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of fun. But yeah, the massage tables are mostly for me and for you, right? Yeah. Because our feet hurt when we're at the events.
And my hotel is up a hill, just to be extra like horrible, right? Like I've been on my feet for 12 hours and I have to walk up a hill.
Yeah. And we're traveling and our backs are sore and you're crammed into an airplane and you're running from, you know, airport to event to being on your feet throughout the entire event. And so, yeah, it's one, understanding that experience from the vendor perspective. And then knowing for MSPs as well that are attending these events, they're long events, they're exhausting, they're worth it for sure, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Gotta have a little R&R sometime in there.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the massages have been fun.
All right, when I get to be at the booth and a partner comes up and I'm like, hey, how are things going? Like how, you know, how onboarding was great, awesome, like how are things going? And their faces light up and they're like, oh my gosh, my techs love it, or this thing happened and our client was so mad and then I logged into Liongard and it wasn't even us that made the change that broke it. It was a third-party vendor, like that saved this huge client relationship. Like just getting to hear those stories and then getting to pass that on to everyone else back at Liongard, because if you're not out here hearing that, right, you're just drumming away, hoping people like, you know, what your product is producing and all of that, so to be able to bring that back, it's just, it's such a good feeling. I like people. Yeah,
absolutely, right? Like for me, you know, knowing how hard it is to own and operate an MSP and all the challenges that come along with that, if we can do anything to help, like even just to put a smile on somebody's face, to give them an awesome experience, but most of it for me is about time, right? And if we can help them to have more time for the things that are more important than some of the things that they're spending their time on, right? So for me, you know, being a dad, I always think of you know, family and helping an MSP to have more time sitting at the dinner table and interacting with their family. Of course, time that they can reinvest in growing their business. So yeah, anything that we can do to help make an MSP's life better, yeah, that's the real purpose for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.